Greetings, Benjamin J. from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, a follow-up on that rebuilt Marx Mercury. I transferred it to the outside rail, pulling 14 tin litho cars, as you see. Now there's a mix of cars here. There's one-way couplers and tilt couplers with a couple of tab and slot thrown in, as you see. Anyway, it's really cold and damp here, so it's taking forever for this paint to dry. So I'm going to leave the Mercury on the outside rail for a day or so and run it. And the heat from the motor will help cure that paint. Anyway, as you see, this is pulling 14 tin litho cars. Most of these are four-wheel truck cars. As you see, it's running really, really well. A good long heavy consist, pulling this at about 40% power. So this is running really well. So this Mercury came out much better than I anticipated. It actually looks quite good, considering what it was when I started with it. So like I said, pulled it completely apart, stripped the paint down to the bare metal. And if you want to strip these locomotives or the tin litho cars, just spray them with some Easy Off oven cleaner. I just put them in the bathroom sink. Just cover them with oven cleaner. About 20 minutes later, you can wipe the paint all the way down to the bare steel. And there was some pitting on this shell. So again, the best way to hide that is with Rust-Oleum textured paint, as you see. This works really, really well. And actually goes on really quick, really simple to do it. Leaves a really nice matte finish, as you can no doubt tell. And it covers up 99% of any damage to the shell as far as pitting goes. A nice flat black, not quite flat black, it's actually kind of a semi-gloss, but it's textured. That's the nice thing about it. So it doesn't reflect light, so it hides most of the damage to the shell. This actually looks quite well, or it looks quite good, and it's running really well, as you see. So 40% power, pulling 14 original tin litho cars. Excuse me. Like I said, most of these are 8-wheel cars, 4-wheel trucks, as you see. So I'm really pleased with this. Anyway, it's getting cold out, it's starting to snow. So the best way to cure this paint, of course, is to let that motor get good and warm. And I'll just leave this on the rail for a day or so. The weather really slows down curing this paint, that's for sure. So in any case, it's on the outside rail. It's running nice and smooth. It looks nice. It was dirt cheap. I had the fun of restoring this thing, bringing it back to some semblance of order anyway. It looks nice. It runs really, really well. It has the original 1935 motor in it. The shell looks good. Good bright headlight. The nickel is actually in really decent shape on the front of the locomotive. And that's one of the reasons I spent the time to restore it. And black with that nickel actually looks quite good. So as you see, it runs well, it looks nice, it was really inexpensive. I had the fun and the satisfaction of bringing this thing back to life, so really, really pleased with the result. So like I said, I'll just leave this on the rail for the next day or so and let that paint really, really cure before I put it up on the shelf. But as you see, that doesn't look bad at all. Original motor, de-rusted the push rods. It's got the spoked wheels, as you see. So this actually came out quite good. I'm really pleased with the result. A couple of coats of that textured paint. I could actually shine this nickel with some toothpaste and a soft cloth. But it's good enough, I think. It looks nice. It runs well. That's the important part. And it gave me something to do. It was a lot of fun. And this thing was an absolute wreck. It was bright red and just scratched to death. Of course, it's 80 plus years old, 1935. And I figured the nickel with the matte black paint would actually be quite a contrast. And it is. I don't think anyone would object to owning this Marx Mercury. So a nice old original Marx. It's been refinished, of course. And pulling an original consist. These are one-way couplers, as you see. Then a couple of tab and slot, and then tilt. But these are 3/16, as you see. So anyway, I was quite pleased with the result. It looks nice. It runs really well. I had the fun of doing it. Gave me something to do. Like I said, it's starting to snow, so it's going to be snowy or rainy for the next couple of days. So we're going to be staying in, and I figured I might as well make the best use of the time and work on trains. So in any case, a quick follow-up on that Mercury. I'll be running this for the next few days, and it'll probably go back up on the shelf. What I'm going to do with it, I have no idea. I've had it for a couple of years and put off doing anything to it at all. And with the weather being what it is, I figured it was the perfect time to actually do something with it. So I'm pleased with it. Came out nice. It looks nice. It runs nice. And of course, pulling an original consist. And in this case, 14 cars at 40% power. Difficult to beat that. So just want to do a quick follow-up. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.